Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video we'll be making this beautiful butterfly dress with fringe added to the bottom of the dress. It's very easy to make. I'm going to put reference on how to achieve the collar because I've actually made something like that for the collar. The only difference is this one is shorter, it's not longer. Okay, it's a build-up collar that is short instead of long. I'll be using 2 yards of Ankara fabric for this, and the fringe that I'll be using for this dress is 2 yards of fringe, which is 2 yards and 20 inches long. Okay, then I'll be using the small fringe for the neck of the dress. So for this dress, it's just going to be very fast. I'm going to put a link on how to make a butterfly dress on this video. So today's video is mostly for the fringe that we'll be adding to the dress. Before adding the fringe, we are going to insert our measurement, so it's up before we do that. Okay, so I use 10 inches for my sleeve. I used 10 inches for the sleeve length, okay, for the opening of the sleeve. That was what I used. So I used the shoulder to my bust point, which was 10 inches. Then from that 10 inches, you come down and mark your waist, which is 17 inches. From the waist that you've marked, come down again and insert your hip measurement, which is 9 inches. Okay, so your hip depth is 9 inches from your waist to your hip, 9 inches. So insert it, and also insert the length of your dress. So from the shoulder to the length of your dress, from the shoulder to the length of the dress that I used was 41 inches, and I inserted the 41 inches. So you are going to mark all these relevant lines that I just talked about. Then when you are done, you are going to go ahead and mark your body measurement. Okay, so you have to divide your bust measurement by 4, then insert it, then add 1 inch or half an inch for ease. So it depends on how free you want it to be. If you want it to be very fitted, just add half an inch, or you just leave it like that. Okay, if you want it to be free a bit, you can add 1 inch to it. Remember, we are not using sewing allowance. Okay, so you do the same thing for your waist. You mark it, divide your waist by 4, and you mark. Then you do the same thing for your hip. You divide it by 4. Okay, so after doing that for the hip, you go over from that your hip. You can take your ruler and just draw a straight line from your hip down to your hem line. Okay, so when you get to that part, just draw a straight line from your hip down to your hem line. So that was what I did. So after doing all these measurements, inserting them, I transferred it to the other side of the dress. I transferred everything that I did to the other side of the dress. So I pinned it up, transferred it, and that was what I have for the 2 front side of our dress. So after doing that, you go over to your shoulder and you cut out your neckline. I use 3 inches for the wideness and 1.5 inches for the depth of my neckline. After getting out the neckline, I separated the front from the back and cut out the front neckline. So for the front neckline, I came down by 8 inches. You can use the length you want for it, how deep you want for it. Then after coming down by 8 inches, I went in by 1 inch. You can also use half an inch for yours. So when you come down, you are going to connect that 1 inch that you come in by. You are going to connect it down to your neckline. Okay, so that was what I did. You are going to cut it in. So you can use 1 inch, you can use 2 inch, you can use half an inch for yours. Okay, so I came in on the shoulder by 1 inch. Then after coming by 1 inch, I just connected that 1 inch that I came in to the other 1 inch and cut it out. Okay, so that was what I did. After you've gotten this, you are going to join the shoulder to shoulder together of the front and of the back. Okay, so cut it out, join the shoulder to shoulder of the front and also of the back. After cutting it out and joining the shoulder to shoulder, this is what I have. Okay, so guys, the collar for this dress is this trendy collar that has been raining, that you are going to stitch the midpoint, then you join the sides together. Okay, so that was what I did for this collar. So after I finished, I just went ahead on the collar. After taking the total measurement of what I had, I went ahead and cut out my collar. For the collar, after cutting it out, I just went ahead and stitched it together, folded it into two and stitch it together, turn it and attach it to the neckline. Okay, so I'm going to show you everything. It's going to be a bit fast, but I have a video on how you can do that with the longer dress. Okay, if you are making your Bubu dress with the long collar, but this one is just the only difference is this one is shorter. That is the only difference. So I'm going to show you everything that I talked about right now. When joining the midpoint of your collar, I advise you put it around your neck to decide how deep you want it to be and how high you want the stitch to be. Okay, just want to drop that note before showing you how it looks. Pin it up. After pinning it, you are going to attach the tiny fringe that you have. Okay, so you attach it when joining the collar. I'm so sorry guys, I recorded the video and I forgot to add the part that I used to join it. I'm going to do a short video on how to do that so that you'll be able to understand it very well. I really apologize for that. So I pin it up and attach the fringe to it. This is how it looks when I am done stitching it. You are just going to take it in and you are just going to stitch it up. Okay, so when you get to that part, you just go in, turn the fabric, and when you turn the fabric, you are just going to stitch the sides together. You're going to stitch that tiny piece together. I'm going to put a video on how I usually turn this type of neckline. Okay, I'm going to put the link below, but I will do a specific video on this neckline for you guys. I really apologize guys. So after stitching the neckline, I marked my measurement, make it to be very accurate and on point. So when immediately I finished that part, I went ahead and stitched it. So for the armhole, remember we came in by 10 inches, so just mark it, pin it together and pin the two sides together. It's going to be easy to understand where to start stitching. And when you get to the hem line, you are going to fold it in and fold it again. You can use your interlocking machine and lock it, then just fold it once so that you can attach your fringe to it. But I just use my sewing machine and hem it. After hemming it, I decided to attach the fringe. I will show you how to attach your fringe to your dress. So you join the sides and you are going to hem the opening of the sides together. I'm done with the dress and we are going to go to the main part of today's tutorial, that is the fringe. So today's tutorial mainly is to show you how I attach fringe to my butterfly dress. Okay, so you come down to your hem line. When you get to that part that you are stitching, you are going to leave half an inch for you to be able to stitch on it. Okay, that is because we are attaching our fringe and we need that opening. But you can just do it, and if you want to do it once, but I decided to attach the fringe to both the front and the back on the side also. Okay, so I used 2 yards of fringe, 20 inches long, but I advise that before attaching your fringe, make sure you are finished stitching your dress. You've gotten the length, you've gotten the wideness of the fringe that you want. Sorry about that, not the length, the wideness. So if you've gotten the wideness that you want, you go ahead and get your fringe for your dress. Because if you don't know the wideness and you get something shorter, you end up going back to the market to get something to add to it, or you get what I mean. So I used 2 yards and I pinned it round. After pinning it round, I went ahead and stitched on top of the fabric. You can put it under or you can put it on top of it, so it all depends on you and your client. So I put it on top of it and I stitch it round. Remember, give an opening for you to be able to stitch it. Okay, so I'm going to do that and show you how it looks. This is how it looks after stitching it. This is the beautiful Bubu butterfly dress. Thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you. Bye, guys.